The referees need to be investigated and fired for all the bribery that they're taking to throw the games on people like Cece and Sophie and Lexi and the rest of the team. Investigation is coming. Referees need to be fired, and if everybody would get together.
After all the referees have now been named and shamed, there's a big investigation allegedly now going on in the WNBA whilst there is a week off. Speaking about this footage, speaking about what's going to go on next, what's going to happen next. Interesting to see whether this referee will even get to referee again. There's been a lot of outrage on X saying that she should at least have some sort of punishment because she's seen what was going on, and not just her. This has been happening for so long now, these referees basically getting away with not calling files on Caitlin Clark. People are saying something needs to be done. Are the WNBA actually going to react? Is this investigation actually going to follow up and going to sort out the files that are not being called?
What do you believe played a role in some of this stuff? Is it just isolated incidents, or do you concede that there is some resentment towards this young lady?
I know Caitlin, and Caitlin loves hoops, and she understands the nature of what she signed up for. I know Alyssa Thomas. I played with them. These are all players that are just trying to go out there and do their job. And so it's sometimes tough when like the players become figures, when in reality, all of us just want to focus on the game at hand and move on. And so like having the historical experience of knowing these instances where people have been challenged makes me realize that this is not necessarily foreign, but a lot of new fans probably don't understand that.
I got you. And I totally agree, and I get where you're coming from, because Kyla Diggins, Lisa Leslie, and others definitely did have to deal with a lot.
It's going to be very interesting to see, to be by the way. This is what Jerry Ritchie said on X that the black female entitled referee looked into space, as if to ignore the attack on the white girl at WNBA. If someone gets hurt, if it's a white girl is injured, which eventually might happen, you have big liability lawsuits on your hands. Also, the Civil Rights Act and this entitlement of black women in. It's inexcusable how referee Angelica Suffren was looking directly at Lisa Thomas, punching Caitlin Clark in the throat, and she didn't call a foul. She should be reprimanded publicly by the WNBA at the very least. This is what people want for her to be exposed. The ongoing situation with WNBA League star Caitlin Clark is absolutely unbelievable. Now, Clark is basically the star of this league, and she has been on the receiving end of an increasing number of blatant fouls that, as far as I'm concerned, look a lot more like assault than legitimate gameplay, and others have been absolutely shocked by the poor treatment Caitlin Clark has received from.
We're talking about real competition, a real league with real professional players who get paid money to play this sport, and you think that the league and the other players should treat her differently and protect her. In a contact sport where size and physicality are beneficial, and you think that makes sense. Say all of this about a male player publicly on this internet. Say it. How would that be competition? Every game she plays is an exhibition now. We're just watching her run around and chuck it from half court because that entertains you. Because they're not competing anymore. She has special rules. The fuck are you talking about? She is an elite competitor, an unbelievable player, and she's not as physically strong as some of the other women in the league. Please stop saying this dumb shit.
Her very own league, despite her being the big star, the big draw card that makes them all the money. They even excluded her from a recent anniversary poster. If you watch the montage of hits she's taken over the years, 3 years she's been playing, it's really unbelievable. You really can't come to any other conclusion. Investigations who actually happen into these referees, into the fouls that they call on other players, but not on Caitlin Clark. It's some sort of jealousy that they have that this continues to happen. Because if this is one game, fair enough, they call a foul, and it's not. A foul called a mistake, but it's continuously happening, and it looks quite dodgy that these referees are not calling fouls on Caitlin Clark, but on everyone else they are, and this isn't just something that you miss a punch on the throat, which you can clearly see by the way you've got eye line of what happened. It's quite weird.
Sophie Cunningham did say, and I mean, obviously she's her teammate. She's one of her close friends. They have a very back and forth, like they like bust each other's balls type of situation. But she did say just outright, and she's not the first one because a lot of people have said this, but she said they are absolutely targeting Caitlin Clark. Like, let's call this what it is. This is not, oh, if it was any other player. It is a Caitlin Clark issue. And I don't know what it's going to take for everyone to admit that. I don't know. And I know Will and I got into a back and forth. Like, I don't necessarily think that it's solely a race or a sexuality issue. If you want to say those things play into it, I can definitely see that and hear that argument. But for some reason, the jealousy with her is so outright and in our faces that her own teammates are saying, hey, this is actually happening to her. By the way, Sophie Cunningham is also a white woman. She's not saying it's all it's one way or the other. She's saying it's happening to Caitlin Clark.
How you just don't fall anything, and by the way, you don't even look at it in the game. And then also, afterwards, WNBA having to see the outroar on X going, what will suspend Alyssa Thomas, but only for one game. There's no question that she is being targeted. Okay, just some outside of the actual montage of hits she's taken. We've all seen she's the recipient of 17% of all flagrant fouls across the entire NBA. 0.1 almost 1 out of 5 fouls are committed on her, yet that she's one of 150 players. That says it all. And what does it come down to? Yes, it is. Well, race could absolutely be a component, and certainly there are WNBA players and analysts who have said, hey, why is this white girl getting all the attention? Well, why is she getting all the attention? I don't know. First of all, she is one of, if not the best player in the WNBA in only her 3rd year. She's 4th in points and 2nd in assists. James, we're clear. I didn't know that off the top of my head. I had to look it up because
Caitlin Clark, golden goose of the WNBA, was assaulted on the court this week. And now the New York Times is calling the game not fun anymore. The Indiana Fever had to play without Clark Saturday due to an injury she sustained from hard hit plays on Wednesday. Now, the minimal punishment for the players responsible is drawing some massive backlash, and fans are asking why the league allows this abuse, because that's what it is, to keep happening. Caitlin Clark, she's not the only high-profile player in the WNBA, but she certainly brought a new excitement to the game, to women's basketball.
No doubt.
But they want to snuff her out.
I get it to the extent of, hey, you're a rookie, like, earn your spot. But, I mean, she's been around for, what, 3 years now? I mean, in sports, you're getting close to being a veteran at 3 or 4 years. I don't know why, unless she's just rotten and I don't know it, I don't know why everyone's so mad at her.
That would be like Major League Baseball saying, Shohei Ohtani, you sit down for a while. Yes. Let somebody else take the spotlight.
Never seen more than 5 minutes of a WNBA game. I actually have tried. James, it's just so utterly dull. I'm sorry, but she doing getting all this attention because she's white? No, she's one of the best players. Before she got there. Okay, the 16 years the WNBA was in existence, they never cracked 1 million views for a game. Her rookie year, they hit it 23 times, and she was playing in 20 of the 23. Okay, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, absolutely. Targeting Caitlin Clark is the WNBA completely blinded by jealousy. Kai Smith breaks down the ongoing controversy surrounding Caitlin Clark and explains why the targeting from other players has become impossible to ignore. With even her own teammates like Sophie Cunningham speaking out, it's time to call this exactly what it is, a coordinated effort to bring down the league's biggest star. Basketball now has escalated to the point that they are hurting white players to think for someone like Caitlin Clark, who has brought so much attention to the WNBA, that they would at least try and protect her just a little bit, right? And not even just protect her, but treat her like an actual WNBA player. And when fouls are committed, they have consequences and they have punishments, but instead you get a long game for punching someone in the throat. That's how you treat your biggest star. And now she's injured. Now she's out. She might have been playing next week. And guess what's happening again? And guess what's about to happen? The boycotting of the league. The amount of attendance that's going to be not just in Diana Fever games, but games in general and whole. If she wasn't white and better than the other girls, they wouldn't harass her like this, and we all know it. Situations arise like this where you can clearly see she's literally the victim in this. She's been punched in the throat. All outrage comes out, and instead of people seeing it for what it is like, yeah, that is a nasty foul, she should be suspended for quite a long time. Instead, a massive narrative comes out and makes Caitlin Clark out to be someone who is a bad person. And someone who deserves this kind of treatment, which makes absolutely no. What do you think about this, guys? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. It's a joke, and not just this referee, but all the referees as well. Maybe they've been named and changed. Maybe their identity now being revealed will show in next games and make them ref a lot better. What do you think about this? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Of WNBA, because you see when she doesn't play, it has a massive effect.